here tonight. And again, the player we'll be watching for is Alex Chalmers. She's the only player on this Ursinus team with multiple goals. She has 2 goals, a sophomore from the Philadelphia Catholic League, which certainly produces its share of great players from Conwell Egan. There's Charlotte Pohl. Oyanyo Opio, just a tremendous defender. She will get things going from the back line, and she often starts the offense as well. Switching fields, they were going to Urquhart. Ursinus looking to clear it out, but still possession. Mounts, Gibbons. Swarthmore knocking the ball out really well here in the early going. Bears still can't clear it out. And a corner kick as Kim Kokenmeister draws the corner. So the Bears early on have kind of dominated things here. It's controlled play. We'll see if Swarthmore goes long or with the corner. Inside, oh, just missed. That's a good chance. The Garnet continue the pressure. And there's a foul that time. So Caridio came off her line pretty well for the Bears. So it'll be Ursinus on the free kick. Still pressure by the Garnet. And now finally, the Bears get it out. Now they're saying to go back a little bit on the throw. That's the referee, Tim Bramble, working the lines, Mary Kate Covley and Iyasu Tadessa. Really impressed, if you're looking at it, how aggressively the Garnet have come out in this match. That's blocked by Ursinus. And the ball goes out, so it'll be a goal kick for the Bears. That was Gracia DiBianco, the defender for Ursinus on that play, making the play, and now we're back to the action. Samantha Barnes is on that right side, on the outside, number 24 for Swarthmore, very active player. Boy, there's some pretty fancy footwork that time by Izzy D'Alessandro, wearing number 20 for Ursinus. Mounts on the play to Kokenmeister. Hits the crossbar. Oh, wow. Kim Kokenmeister with an outstanding chance, and it looked like it was going in. Wow. As the pressure continues. Caridio will get to that one now. Gets a punt around midfield. I'll tell you, number 5 for Swarthmore, Alice Oyanyo Opio, just a tremendous defender, and we'll be calling her number a lot. Not only does she do well defending, she can get the ball out from the back and start things up. One thing Swarthmore is really doing a good job is not letting Ursinus have the ball on the edge. Oh, Kokenmeister again with a dangerous run. That time it was kicked out by Brooke Ludwig, the junior from Ephrata, PA. There's Gibbons. Long ball in that time by Charlotte Pull. Or excuse me, no, make that Ali Sheave. Sheave, the senior from Palo Alto, California. Nice little work in there as they're trying to go up to Chalmers. Chalmers now going down the right flank. Excellent defensive play, but still stolen. Crossed in there, headed wide. Morgan Rowley with the cross. So the first bit of pressure by the Bears in this game. It's been a really good pace here for early going, hasn't it? These teams aren't kind of feeling their way in there. Good job there by DiBianco, number 32. She had the initial hit. And clear, that was by Mosbrugger. That time, Ali Zatelli, number 9 for Swarthmore, couldn't quite run it down. Alaco, 27, who was on the throw. Urquhart with the steal to Kokenmeister. Back to the Bears. DiBianco, 32, has shown some pretty good moves here early on. Certainly somebody that Swarthmore has to watch in tacking. There's Charlotte Pull. There's Mounts. Mounts will take people on. There you saw, though, it was stolen. That time, that was a nice job by Chalmers coming back. And Chalmers now takes it in, but stolen away. And here come the Bear, or here come Swarthmore. Kokenmeister. He's got one-on-one. We'll see. Now crosses it back. Gibbons running it down. Gibbons looking for some help in the back. Shiva's there to help. Gibbons looking to cross, but cleared away by the Bears. There's Sheev. Wow, has she been active early on? Trying to feed Barnes down that side. Barnes still with it to Gibbons. Boy, a little bit of area, but they're doing well there. Barnes. And we had a foul on the Bears. So it'll be a free kick. Megan Ruoff there, number 10. The junior from Portland. Ruoff has the near post if she's interested there. And that, wow, just missed. I said she had the near post. She went a little further than that, but still it was a nice shot. Caridio. Boy, once again, and Swarthmore doing a really nice job in transition, getting the ball from the back and really starting the offense quickly. Uyanyo Opio. There's Charlotte Pull. She has Mounts there. Mounts looking long ball. They like to get Kokenmeister on those long balls, and why not? She can really run and chase them down well. It'll be Mounts on the throw-in. Zitelli. Gibbons. Uyanyo Opio. With the long chip that time. That's a nice idea that she had, but couldn't quite run it down was Kokenmeister, but that was a nice idea. We talked about Alice Uyanyo Opio. Just a tremendous player. Caridio has shown a pretty good foot, and there she gets the goal kick out. Mounts on the head. Mounts to Zitelli. No, ball's out. It'll be a throw-in for the Bears. So at least for now, Ursinus has held off what was really an early onslaught by the Garnet. Ball's out, so it'll be Swarthmore. Mounts. Good ball control that time, but it went out of bounds. Gibbons will get it back to Pull. Pull's just so solid on that left side. Always in position. Now the Garnet doing a nice job switching fields. Sheave with the cross in there. Urquhart with the shot and the score. And Wynn Urquhart with her first goal of the year. What a blast. You know, we talked about Urquhart, how she just has a motor that never stops. .31-17 left, and the Garnet take the early lead. Just as I said that the Bears had done a pretty good job holding off that initial onslaught. That was an excellent, excellent shot by Urquhart. There's Chalmers, number 8. In fact, the battle of number 8s was just a second ago. Chalmers and Mounts. Knapp is 24, and Gibbons, with an aggressive play, almost made the steal, but it'll be a throw-in. Izzy Alaco for the Bears. Rowley got ahead on it, but it was back to Pull. I'll tell you, they've really worked that right flank with Sheave really doing a lot of good work there for the Garnet. There's Mounts. She'll go all the way back to Keller. Yep, Keller has Uyanyo Opio there. Alice making a run, making a nice chip. It's a good idea, but it was cleared away by Alaco. She was right there in position. Rally. Oh, they have They had Chalmers open. She was calling for it. They didn't quite see her. And here comes Kokenmeister. What you like about Kokenmeister is she'll come back to get the ball, even though she's playing up top. She'll come back and get it, work for it. Now Mounts on the throw. She has Gibbons. Gibbons gave her the target, but it's coming the other way as Skylar Knapp had it. But again, it was Mounts. Mounts has been everywhere. Sheev, who's had some very, very good crosses. That time she was looking to go long to Megan Ruoff. And it'll be a corner for the Garnet. Sheev, who had a good corner earlier this game, will be taking this one. Oh, the ball looked like it got by, but they called a foul there on the Garnet. It looked like Caridio, the keeper, didn't get it at first try. I think there was some pushing in there, and the Bears survived that. Coming up is Zitelli. Zitelli on the attack. Zitelli looking to Kokenmeister on a long pass. And it's interesting, you saw 27, Izzy Alaco. She was looking to see if that ball would go out of bounds and just run it down. But because Kokenmeister stayed on it, she was forced to kick it out of bounds. Abby Chang comes into the game for Swarthmore, replacing Samantha Barnes. Gibbons. Gibbons can make this long throw. This is a dangerous offensive situation. Well, that's a tough one on a bouncing ball that time, and a nice job by Caridio coming off her line to get that ball. Interesting throw. Usually don't see them bouncing in there on those long throws, but Alaco let the ball go out of bounds that time. And we have another sub. Kira Rago, number 4, coming into the game for the Bears. And she will replace Skylar Knapp. Here comes Chalmers. Chalmers looking to cut in, but Pohl did a great job. But again, Oyanyo Opio kicks the ball out of bounds because Rago was right there to take advantage of that. DiBianco with the throw for the Bears. She gets it back. And cleared out of there that time by Sheev. Wow, Sheev has just been positionally so solid. Urquhart battling for the ball. That's a nice job by Izzy Alaco, though, the defender. Chalmers, she goes back. That had a little velocity on it, that back pass. Again, pressure by Swarthmore, not making it easy for the Bears to get it out of their defensive end. Urquhart with the pass inside, just a little bit too far. And that was Abby Chang, who just came in the game, almost ran that down. That was a nice thought. Good connection between the two. Here's Chalmers. She's dangerous. They want to get her in space a lot. Rago, who has been active in her brief time in this game so far. So it'll be Izzy Alaco on the throw. Urquhart, did you see her get on that head that time? Excellent defensive play. Alaco on the turn. Rago with the shot. Scores. Sierra Rago with the goal. That is her first of the season. So we're all tied up at one at what has been a very, very entertaining match so far. Kira Rago with an excellent shot. She came off the bench and she has really given this Ursinus team quite a spark. DiBianco, and look at Charlotte Pull who came in, but still it's Rago. Rago with the shot. Not a whole lot on it. And Lillian Keller makes the easy save. Rago, number 4, has been all over the place so far. Local product, the sophomore from Villa Joseph Marie Academy. Well, both teams really attacking well. I'll tell you, this shows you how tough the Centennial Conference is, because Ursinus came into this game at the bottom of the standings, also having lost 3 in a row, and the Bears have been very impressive. Little nice short passing game. Notice how Chalmers, number 8 with the ball there, comes back for it a lot and gets a lot of touches. And she's very good at shielding the ball. She really knows what to do with it. Here comes Rowley, number 3, to Chalmers. Chalmers with the shot, did not get out everything on it. And Keller with the easy save. But I'll tell you, Rowley, number 3, Rago 4, and Chalmers 8 have been a handful for this Swarthmore defense. We had a little push on that head ball. So it'll be Swarthmore on the free kick. What a first half of action here. It's been end to end, back and forth. Oyango Opio with the kick just inside midfield. Well, that's a nice ball in there. But right there is Caridio. Caridio with a booming pump well beyond midfield. How about the head ball right there by Gibbons? That's an excellent job by her. And then she steals it. And she's trying to send Kokenmeister, who is just Kokenmeister, what you like about number 3, she moves so well without the ball, always trying to get open. Sometimes players tend to get stationary, not her. And there's Caridio coming off her line very quickly and really had to because Urquhart was right on the doorstep. There's Oyanyo Opio back to Keller and right back to Alice. That's just great passing. Working that right side. We'll see if they try to switch things up. No. Gibbons with the head. She's been so active, so tough to beat in the air. Urquhart with the oh. No, that was Urquhart with the shot that time. She has been buzzing around the net. Amy Harris now into the game for Swarthmore. Harris, who's number 11, made her presence felt right away, but here come the Bears. Boy, I like Chalmers, always playing well positionally. That was a foul that time on Ali Zatelli, so it'll be a free kick for the Bears. Alaco, who has been a very, very busy defender here in this first half. And that ball will go out. Boy, that was a nice play by Mounts as she would not let the Bears get to that ball, shielded it away, but didn't obstruct in the play, and the result was a goal kick. Number 12, Danny Kaufman-Cedeno into the game for Swarthmore. Coach Todd Ankaitis likes to go to his bench, and rightly so with the depth on this team. We saw that against McDaniel. Kaufman-Cedeno replaces Ali Sheev, who's had an outstanding first half here. Here comes Rago again. She's done a lot of damage already in a short period of time. Excellent play, though, by Zatelli as she not only gets the ball out, but passes it to a teammate. And here come the Bears. That shot wide that time. That was by Hope Neal, who came into the game, but it went off the Bears, so it'll be a corner kick. Amy Harris there on the corner. Goes short to Mounts. Back to Harris. Harris looking to go far post on the cross that time. Ball still up in the air. Headed back and finally kicked out by the Bears. And Caridio dives on the save. And again, she had Veronica Gibbons running right at her. Gibbons doing an outstanding job not giving up on the play that time. That was Heisler, 17, getting a couple of head balls on there to Rago. Tell you, they have to put a mark on Rago the way she's been playing. And now here come the Garnet. Good job by Alaco that time, the defender. But there's Amy Harris trying to run it down, but kicked away that time by Brooke Ludwig. Job well done by Ludwig in a dangerous situation. Now Gibbons will come for that. Remember the last throw she made kind of bounced in, which are difficult throws to judge, especially on a throw-in. She gets good length on that one. That's an excellent throw that time. But cleared away by the Bears. Gibbons is causing a lot of problems with those long throws. A lot of problems for the Bears defense. There you see your score, one apiece, 14-20 and counting left here in what has been a very entertaining first half. There's pull on the head ball. Rago. And she's been working the left flank a lot, but this time on the right side. That's a good job by Mounts that time. Mounts has done a lot of good things, a lot of running here in the first half. Number 8 for the Garnet. That ball's chipped up there, and it'll be Gibbons now. Trying to settle it and just spread it out a little bit. But the Bears doing a good job. Keller didn't kick it off the roll. She decided to settle it. And did a nice job in clearing that out to a teammate. A lot of times, you'll just kick it out there and lose possession. And here come the Garnet. Pass a little bit too far. Caridio right there on the spot. By the way, 4 fouls apiece on this game. It's not been overly physical, but it's been a very fast pace. That time that ball was passed back by Heisler. Swarthmore continues to work that right side. That ball's out. So it'll be a goal kick for the Bears. Again, Gibbons got that to Zitelli. Zitelli with the chip. Neal looking to get it. Neal still with it. Mounts with a pretty nice cross inside there. So it'll be Swarthmore on the throw, and Gibbons again is going to take it. So everybody will back up toward the goal on this one. Gibbons has been very lethal on these throws. That one has a lot of air on it. She went a little shorter that time. Almost in there by number 12, Danny Kaufman-Cedeno, but Caridio gets it. Kaufman-Cedeno right on the doorstep. Wow, there have been a lot of chances for both teams tonight. Oyanyo, Opio, look at her moving. She still has it. Again, with the shot and it's blocked. That was Gibbons, but making the move was Kaufman Cedeno. She kept it in, and it's still the Garnet. Ball headed out, and it'd be a corner kick. So that'll be the fourth corner kick of the game for the Garnet. None so far for the Bears. It'll be Amy Harris on the corner. Ball is still up there trying to head it out. That was Chalmers, actually, who came all the way back from her forward position and headed that back, but still the Garnet with possession, and now long pass. And how about Keller coming all the way out that way? Keller wasn't going to take any chances. Into the game for Ursinus, Rhea Mount, number 5. The junior from Hightstown, New Jersey.
In for the Bears, number 5, Rhea Mount.
And she replaced Olivia Morrow. Boy, a lot of great battles around the midfield area. Mount, that time taken away. That was a nice job. Chalmers trying to gain possession. But Mounts again, what a two-way game she's played so far. There's Gibbons. She can go back to her keeper if she wants, and she does exactly that. Keller again settles first, and that settle made all the difference. She was able to clear it out instead of hitting it right away off the roll. Player down on the field, I believe that is Rhea Mount, number 5 for the Bears. Well, Urquhart opened the scoring with just a blast. 31-17 left in the first half, but Kira Rago, who came off the bench, gave this Bears team an immediate spark, and she scored her first and the equalizer. 24:05 left, and that's where we stand at one apiece. I think one of the keys is Swarthmore came out and was just all over the Bears, and they were not allowing them to really get the ball out of their defensive zone. Ursinus kind of weathered the storm, but then Urquhart got that goal. But then again, Rago came into the game and just gave this Ursinus team a major spark. By the way, 2 teams from the Centennial Conference. They're helping her off the field now. That is Rhea Mount, who just came into the game, the junior from Hightstown, New Jersey. You hate to see that. We certainly wish her the best. There's a look at Coach Eileen Ascalise, too, in her 4th season now. coaching the Bears. So we hope Rhea Mount is okay, but it's got to be helped off on the field. There's Coach Ascalise walking toward actually the scoreboard there. '26 Talia Harvey into the game for Ursinus. Harvey, the freshman from Monroe, New York. Pretty nice blend of youth and experience on this Ursinus team. That ball was headed out that time by Amelia Mounts. What a first half she's had. Neal was sent down by Zitelli. Neal trying to make the move, cuts inside, looking for room, and passes it all the way to the other side. It's a good idea, kind of like them to switch, but also when you have that room and you have a potential to get a shot, maybe want to look offensively. One thing you have to say is if Ursinus stays in this game, has to do a better job. There's Neal. Zitelli trying to keep possession, and the ball cleared. Oyanyo Opio, what a play there to Mounts. Kaufman Cedeno taken down. Is there a call? No call. Pull to Gibbons. Gibbons with the chip. She's looking for Neal. Boy, that was another dangerous situation as Caridio comes out. Neal was with Brooke Ludwig that time and almost got to it. Mounts. Chang. Chang gets it. But cleared away. That was a decent chance for Abby Chang. As I was saying, though, the Bears have continually worked the right flank. And I think, in halftime adjustments, I think that Coach Eileen Ascalise is going to talk to her team about that. Boy, there's Zitelli again with another play. That's a good defensive play that time by DiBianco. Number 32, she has been very tough. Mounts. Looking for Neal. Neal can play well with her back to the ball. Now here's Pull. What will she do on this one? Will she kick it out? Yep. She'll kick it out because Chalmers was right there. Chalmers puts a lot of pressure on defense. Izzy Alaco on the throw. Oh, job well done there, but still not cleared as Raleigh got it. The shot in there by Izzy Alaco is wide, so it'll be a goal kick for the Garnet. Oyanyo Opio. And one thing, if you're an opposing team, you cannot let her free in that back line to kind of start the rush up there. And that time, Rago noticed that, went on her, and made her get rid of it early. Here comes Mounts. How many rushes has she made tonight? Chalmers. Stolen by Gibbons. Boy, Gibbons does a lot of running. Rago that time on the head, but a good job by Harris getting the ball back. Really good positioning by Amy Harris that time. There goes Neal, but kicked out of there by Brooke Ludwig. Neal and Ludwig have had a nice little duel here. And once again, it'll be the Garnet. Gibbons. Gibbons with the feed there. Zitelli. Gibbons trying to run it down, but cleared away by the Bears. That could be a tough situation when you clear it back toward the middle. There's Mounts. She'll start it right up again. And it'll be a goal kick. I'll tell you what. Kaufman-Cedeno has really done a great job since coming into this game. She has challenged every ball. Number 12. There you see the back of her. Number 12 for Swarthmore. And as we speak about it, there she goes again. They're calling offside that time. So in these waning minutes of the first half, Swarthmore is starting to pick up a little more dominance again. Almost similar to the beginning of the game. Mounts. Pull. Urquhart. Oh, that's an excellent job by Yanyo Opio, and she gets it to Mounts. Switch the fields to the left side. Nice pass to Kaufman-Cedeno. Can she run it down? And she could not, but that was a real nice look. I'll tell you, Swarthmore is connecting on some pretty long passes here, really extending the Bears' defense. And that ball off Chalmers. And normally you want to keep possession, but with all the pressure that Swarthmore's been putting on, maybe the best idea that time was just to clear it out. There you see it, 19 seconds and counting here in the first half.
10,
Alaco with the throw.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
That time Heisler tried to go long, and it'll be chased down by Urquhart, the goal scorer. But it has been an entertaining first 45 minutes. So at the end of the first half, it's Ursinus 1, Swarthmore 1. Back for more after this. Ready? And welcome back as we get ready for the second half action. There you see your score, all knotted up at 1 between Ursinus and Swarthmore in this Centennial Conference action. In the first half, the one area where Swarthmore kind of showed that it had dominance in possession is the fact 4 corner kicks for the Garnet, 0 for Ursinus. Swarthmore scoring Anwin Urquhart, her first, 13:42 into the game, but then Guerra Rego tied it up, 20:54 into the game. And that's it. We're knotted up at 1. First goal for both players. And we are going to have a new keeper in the game. At halftime, Maddie Knoll was warming up, and she will be coming into the game. For Caridio, Knoll, a sophomore from Middletown, Delaware. And this is only her second game of the season. Played 53 minutes and 42 seconds in her other appearance, allowed 1 goal. So Maddie Knoll in the nets for the Bears as we're started here in the second half. By the way, fouls were even at 4 apiece. And it'll be a goal kick for the Bears as Kim Kokenmeister getting up very slowly. She runs down every single ball. Also another note, Abby Chang, number 18 for Swarthmore, who came off the bench, is starting here in the second half. There was a push from behind that time, so it'll be a free kick for the Bears. Izzy Alaco, who had a very active first half, will be taking this kick, kind of anchoring the defense in the back line for the Bears. There's 13 Ali Sheev, who had a great, we could say that about most of the players having a great first half. Brooke Ludwig looking up, trying to get Skylar Knapp, who's back into the game, had started also. And chased down there by Ludwig. But it'll be a throw, and again, you remember, Swarthmore started out so quickly in the first half. Kokenmeister with Ludwig to beat, and Ludwig hits it out of bounds. And now they're saying it's a corner kick, it looks like. Now it'll be Gibbons on the throw. Now you remember in the first half, she had several long ones. That one has a lot of air on it. Looks like Alaco head that ball out of there, but still possession. Swarthmore. Kokenmeister. And right away, tested is Maddie Knoll. Kokenmeister so dangerous because number 3 for Swarthmore, she just never gives up on a play. So you can't relax. Jacinta Fernandez Bruff in the game for Swarthmore, wearing number 7, playing in the midfield. There's Gibbons. She's done a great job switching field. And there is Sheev, Ali Sheev. Very dangerous. And she's sending Kokenmeister. Kokenmeister trying to make the turn, kicks it off, and will earn yet another corner. So that'll be the 5th corner kick for the Garnet. And Allie Sheave, who's done a nice job with these corners and the placement of them, will be taking this one. She'll go for the end swinger. Head ball. That hit the crossbar that time. I believe that was Gibbons. Hit the crossbar, and how close have the Bears been on these plays? I believe that was Gibbons. Ball hit the crossbar. Now she has the long throw. Harris with the head back. And again, the Bears having a hard time clearing. Gibbons continues to keep the ball in. Long shot wide, and Swarthmore, just as it did to open the game, has opened the second half, putting a lot of heat on this Bears defense. That one was cleared away by Taya Harvey. There's Gibbons. You see her in the middle of everything. Offensively, defensively. I'd like to know how much she runs during a game. There she is again with the ball. Sheave. Sheave's great on those long passes. Very, very accurate passer. Gibbons again trying to run that ball down. This time taken away by Rowley. Rowley looking to go up to Skylar Knapp. But Knapp has like 4 or 5 white shirts. I think some of her teammates have to help her there. There were no black shirts around there. There's Chang. And Chang doing yeoman work. She drew the foul. So it'll be Sheave. Back to Ayanyo Opio. Pull. I tell you, Swarthmore just so solid in the back, especially with the veterans, Ayanyo Opio and Pull. Fernandez Bruff there, trying to get something going to Harris. Harris couldn't get enough on there, and it was stolen by the Bears. Really nice step over that time by Izzy D'Alessandro. But still, the pressure is constant. This has been a problem for the Bears defense, not getting the ball out of the zone. That time Harris keeps it in. Gibbons to Sheave. That ball a little bit too far, but there was Urquhart to get to it. Oh, right time. Well done that time by Maddie Knoll. And for just coming in the second half and just appearing in her second game of the season, Maddie Knoll has been pretty busy early on here in half number 2. Rowley almost stole that ball, but it kicked it out of bounds. Rowley and Rago have done a really good job of reading the defense and making steals. Here comes Sheave on the right side. Now she'll take it into the middle of the field. Good pass back. Sheave still has it. Urquhart, your goal scorer. And job really well done that time by Gracia DiBianco. Number 32 for the Bears has made a lot of good defensive plays here tonight. Sheave has Kokenmeister there. Is she onside? Kokenmeister shoots the ball over the goal. Well, we talked about how well she moves without the ball. Very dangerous. Carly Schiller right there, number 10 with the ball. And again, that was the defense of Kokenmeister, and that forced the errant pass. Possession, Swarthmore. How about it? We've seen it a lot. There's Harris. Harris with a nice little cross there. Taken to the outside by Schiller. And it's still the Garnet. Relentless pressure. Gibbons somehow left alone. Kokenmeister on the turn that time, and it's wide. I'll tell you, I think Coach Eileen Askelis of Ursinus is going to be telling her players, you can't let number 3 with that much room inside. She's eventually going to connect. Kokenmeister with 2 goals on the season. That ties the team lead with 2 other players with Gibbons and Chang. Here comes Sheev. She has worked that right side really well. Allie, she does a nice job with the crossover. Steps over. She wants to cross it in the middle. And finally, taken away that time by 20, Izzy D'Alessandro. And Carly Schiller kicks it out of bounds. So relentless pressure by Swarthmore. Look at the way Gibbons is shielding that ball and gets it back to Alice Oyanyo-Opio. What a play. Harris. Gibbons with a long blast, and that one's wide. Good idea, though, to pepper the new keeper into the game. And coming back into the game for the Bears is leading scorer Alex Chalmers. And she was a handful in the first half. Harris wins another header that time. Chang, oh, she had Kokenmeister if she were able to get that through. Boy, Kokenmeister open again. Oh! And just getting a piece of that was 39 Mosbrugger, or else Kokenmeister may have been able to walk in on goal. This is just relentless pressure by the Garnet. And Swarthmore continues to have success working that right side. Real tight quarters there. Gibbons kicked it inside, though. Shot that time by number 10, Carly Schiller. The local product, the freshman from Garnet Valley. Well, you can easily say that the Garnet have really controlled play here, but it remains 1-1 as the Bears have held off several chances, couple crossbars. It's been an entertaining up and down game. There's Sheev. Yeah, she's done a good job of taking it in the center instead of using the right flank all the time. And she was looking for Kokenmeister. That pass a little bit too far. And that was actually good defense by Michaela Heisler that time, who was on Kokenmeister. The Bears looking to get any kind of a semblance of attack, but Swarthmore has been relentless in coming back and stealing the ball, really. There's Gibbons. How many times have we said Gibbons to Sheave on that right side? She's got Chang if she wants her down that wing. Nope, there's Kokenmeister again. Wow, does she work and move without the ball? Chang keeps the ball in. Chang with a great move on the right side. Chang still with the ball. Chang kicks it in and I don't know how that missed. Wow. Maddie Knoll with the shot, with the save. How about the work by Abby Chang? Schiller. Real nice back pass that time. I'll tell you, Swarthmore really knocking the ball around well, even in these tight quarters. Right there, Chang to Fernandez Bruff. This would be the time for Swarthmore to maybe switch fields. Things pretty tight on that right side. Oyanyo Opio, and she does exactly that. Spreads the ball around. Amy Harris does a good job, number 11 for Swarthmore, of being a target. Make the pass. She'll have her back to the goal and either get it back to one of her players or turn up the field. But she does a very nice job getting open, being a target for some of these passes. And now it's a possession of the Bears. And coming into the game is the goal scorer, Kira Rago.
Kira Rago. In for Swarthmore, number 10, Megan Ruoff, and number 2, Hope Neal.
Hope Neal back into the game for the Bears. She had several great runs in the first half. And we know with Rago, rally number 3, and Chalmers number 8, that's been a pretty dangerous trio for the Bears tonight. Certainly have kept the defense on its toes. Remember, the top 5 teams in the Centennial Conference will earn a berth in the conference tournament. And Swarthmore very, very much in the running. Johns Hopkins, top of the league, is 6-0 and just beat McDaniel in a game today between nationally ranked teams 2-1 in overtime. Sheave with the long pass, but a little too much on it. Noel will easily get to that. So McDaniel, which opened the season with 12 straight wins, including a couple weeks ago against, as we get a foul that time on Sheave. A couple weeks ago, we mentioned earlier, a 2-1 victory here at Clothier Field against Swarthmore, where the Garnet led until about 5 minutes left in the game, and then a couple goals within a matter of a minute or so, and McDaniel escaped with the victory. Boy, great header that time by Yanyo Opio. And equally nice defensive play. Look how she played the ball. That was Alako playing it to herself, but stolen by Chang. Chang has just been a nuisance to this defense. Chang, she still has it, and she's taken down a little bit outside of the box, but this is going to be a dangerous situation about 20 yards away. I would definitely count off to 10. That wall is, yep, and that's exactly what's happening. Tim Bramble, the referee, telling the players on the wall, hey, got to move back. Ruoff over the goal. Coming into the game is Samantha Barnes, who started tonight. And she's coming in for Urquhart. Anwin Urquhart, a well-deserved rest. So we were saying about the standings. Technically, Swarthmore is tied for sixth at 2-1. Big game coming up against F&M, and that was a foul on Neal, number 2 for Swarthmore. They were saying she was pushing off. Franklin and Marshall receiving votes in the top 25, but not in there, and that's who Swarthmore will have to take on next. Rago that time couldn't quite keep possession of the ball. I'll tell you what, Abby Chang with the ball there has really given this team a spark off the bench tonight. Yep. That was a foul on Rago that time. And again, who drew it? Abby Chang. Atlas Elenio Opio, she is so accurate with her passing. This time goes to Harris. It'll be the Bears on the throw. Alaco trying to get the ball out of there with pressure from Swarthmore. 18 in the game, Carly Henning. Henning, a sophomore from Haddon Township, New Jersey, a school that won a sectional championship in last year's COVID-shortened season. Harris that time drew the foul. Boy, she has been great with the ball. Does not relinquish it easily. It'll be Mounts on the free kick. Probably looking far post. Gibbons is stationed around there looking to make a run. We'll see if she goes for her. Short kick, save, no. Knowles had to make 3 saves here in the second half. Chang again. You know what makes Chang dangerous? There was a handball there. Chang's playing on the right side, but she'll cut the ball in the middle and go there instead of just limiting herself to the right side. And she's been very effective on that. Alaco, she's had a real strong game in the back, hasn't she? Rago couldn't get it from Harris. And now Chang. Chang to Neal. Neal going in on goal. Tough angle, though. And it'll be a goal kick and an excellent job by Taya Harvey, number 26. Staying with Neal, and they're saying that Neal pushed her off that time. Really solid job by Harvey. Because I'll tell you, when Neal turns on the Jets, she's a tough player to stop. There's Rago. You think Rago, who came off the bench tonight, earned some more minutes? Here comes Chalmers. Chalmers hasn't had a lot of touches here. Chalmers trying to go back. And Barnes with the steal. And then she's taken down. No call. Play on. Barnes still with it. Chang. And we have an offside. They're saying Neal was behind the defense. The offside flag up. But another good sequence by the Garnet. You know, Ursinus, for a team that has not won a Centennial Conference game, is certainly not playing that way tonight. Coach Eileen Ascalise really has to be happy with how her team has battled, even though the Garnets have really controlled play for much of the game. Back to Keller. Keller with a nice one-time pass. Keller does very poised back there. Steve. Barnes. Here comes Barnes. Oh, and she was looking for Chang, who was right even with the defense, and that ball cleared away. Big run by Heisler. Schiller. Rago. How about that battle at number 4? Is Rago and Gibbons. Boy, Barnes has been everywhere, hasn't she? She got her foot on the ball, and there she goes. And nice little back pass there. Neal has made a lot of good runs. And that ball was cleared away by Schiller that time. Backing up the play, doing a nice job. Sheave. Trying to go give and go. She was looking for Gibbons. Well, you could say one thing. They're allowing these teams to play tonight. We said earlier it hadn't been that physical a game, but looks like it's changing here in the second half. Rago doing a real nice job of settling instead of just one time and kicking it away. Really taking her time there. Oh, that time she was looking for Carly Henning, but just a little bit wide. You know, we said in the first half how the Garnet had been using the right flank. They've been going on the left side a lot here in the second half, really mixing it up. Mounts chasing it to Keller. Talis Lanyo Opio. So accurate with her passes. There's another one to Sheave. Schiller, though, coming on her. Tell you one thing Swarthmore's doing. There's Barnes. Oh, almost. Almost had Neal going in on goal. Harris couldn't get a handle on it, and that was cleared away. Charlotte Poole. There's Neal. She has been everywhere, and she's limping a little bit now. That's something you have to watch a little bit. Hope Neal, number 2, has been so active there. They were good going for her that time on the throw-in. There's Sheev. Mounts. Harris got that ball in, and there's Barnes. Neal couldn't run it down, and it'll be a goal kick. Kokenmeister back in the game, and she replaces Neal. As we mentioned, the freshman was limping a little bit. Hope everything's okay. She made just several dangerous runs. Mounts on the pass back to Keller. Keller looking for Barnes. Little bit too far. So it'll be a throw-in for the Bears. There's 32, DiBianco. She's been very active tonight. Say that about a lot of players. Sheev has continued to be open on that right side. Has to one-time it, though, because of the pressure of the Bears. Kokenmeister. Oh, and another fine play by Harvey. Harvey, number 26, and she kicked it out of bounds. Harvey has covered up for some defensive breakdowns, and she's been able to cover up well. This is Gibbons with the long throw. And that is cleared away that time by Mosbrugger, number 39. You know, Harris and Gibbons have just been relentless in getting the ball. Oyanyo Opio in the offensive end to Chang. Chang's had some great moves going down that right flank and passes it to Ruoff. Ruoff inside, Chang. A little too far, and right there, Maddie Knoll. Tell you, Maddie's been very aggressive coming off that line. She was looking for, that time, Oyanyo Opio was looking for Kokenmeister. It's funny, we mentioned how Kokenmeister works so well without the ball. By the way, coming back into the game is Danny Kaufman-Cedeno and also Ali Zatelli. Megan Ruoff and Abby Chang, two of the players that came out. Bears just looking to get some numbers up front. Coming into the game for Ursinus is number 6, Liv Morrow, a sophomore from Carlisle, PA. Schiller. And a nice job by Danny Kaufman-Cedeno. But it'll be the Bears on the throw, and they haven't had a lot of offensive chances here in the second half. I think that ball went off Gibbons. Yep. It'll be Schiller on the throw. Schiller crosses in. Here come the Bears on the attack. Ball kicked out, and it's going to be a corner kick for Swarthmore. This will be the 6th corner kick for the Garnet. Amy Harris to take it. Ursinus looking for its first corner. Gibbons got a head on it that time. She is just so dangerous in that area. Morrow. There's Gibbons again. Under 10 to go here. All tied at 1. It's been a great Centennial Conference game between these two rivals. Barnes came all the way over from the left and is now going down the right. Looking to make a move. And a job well done by the Bears, but there's Oranyo Opio looking for a player. Sheave. Oranyo Opio going down the right flank. She crosses it in, but easily saved that time by Maddie Knoll. Oranyo Opio is so dangerous on those runs. That time she put it on goal, but she's such an accurate passer. Reads the game so well, just such an intelligent player. Kokenmeister almost tried to get the ball and make a turn. Couldn't quite get it, though. That's a good idea for her. Kenzie Spaeth in the game for Ursinus, wearing number 25. Tremendous move that time by Schiller as she stepped over. Couldn't quite control it and went out of bounds, but Schiller has done yeoman work here. Zatelli draws that foul. Gibbons a little quick on that restart, so it'll be Sheave. Now she's got Kokenmeister on the far post. Can she get it to her there? Kokenmeister, I think they're connecting here. Didn't quite get all of it that time. Sheave. Oh, that ball is hit off. We'll see. That'll be a corner kick. Ali Sheave will be taking it. She's got that end swinger in there. Oh, and she got a hand on it. Harris got a head on it. Still not cleared out. Kaufman-Cedeno battling for it. Aranyo Opio just wide. And the pressure has been relentless by the Garnet. Back into the game, Skylar Knapp, as are many Ursinus players, a local product from a senior from Pennsbury High School. Battling along that right side. Just constant pressure by Swarthmore. Aranyo Opio. Sheave to Gibbons. Gibbons to Kaufman-Cedeno, looking for help, looking for some help, and she gets it there. That's a nice job of keeping possession. There's Harris trying to run it down. Harvey won't let her get to it. Another fine defensive play by Harvey. Wow, she's had many of them here tonight. She's got very good speed, so she can run the ball down, beat the player to the ball, and then not allow them to get to it. Kaufman-Cedeno on that head ball kept it in. That was kicked out by Mosbrugger. Another interception by Gibbons. Zitelli. And it's going to be a goal kick. One thing about Swarthmore, the Garnet have not given up on any balls. They have been relentless, and in doing so have forced several errors. Coming back into the game, Izzy D'Alessandro, the junior from Conrad Weiser High School in PA. This has been a real entertaining game. Gibbons to Harris. Gibbons, will she switch fields? She was looking for Barnes on the outside, intercepted, but not totally cleared. Zitelli. She's dangerous with the ball. Will she cut it in? She's trying to make the moves. Still battling for it. Look at Zitelli. She will not give up possession. Oh, and a ball just kicked a little bit too far. Kokenmeister running it down again. You have to think all of Kokenmeister's work off the ball, running off the ball, will pay dividends if she keeps it up. Under 3 minutes to go here in the second half. Score tied at 1. Swarthmore putting relentless pressure on, but credit the Bears for weathering the storm. Schiller, no, intercepted by Kaufman-Cedeno. Zitelli to Kokenmeister. Kokenmeister. And that, another great defensive play by Harvey. Taya Harvey has been challenged so much, the freshman from Monroe, New York, and she has come up big on several occasions. That's just textbook defense. I mean, there's no question about it. Nall with the goal kick. Mosbrugger cleared it, but still Harris and Gibbons. Harris and Gibbons have won so many balls. Mosbrugger that time with the hit. No foul. Here come the Bears. They don't have numbers, though. That was Knapp that time. And that ball kicked wide. One of the problems for Ursinus is even when the Bears go on the attack, they just don't have numbers. There are too many white shirts there. And that's because they've had to pay such attention to defending in their own zone because of the pressure put on by the Garnet.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
With 1 minute now, little long ball. Gibbons. Kokenmeister, she battles for every ball. She's a very tough player to defend. Telly. Sheave. Oh, that's dangerous. That ball's kicked right to Harris. Kaufman Cedeno with the shot. Hit the crossbar. Oh, my goodness. And another shot. Barnes had it in there. Wow. So as the clock is winding down here, as we're staring at overtime, Swarthmore has had several chances.
2, 1, 0.
So it'll be overtime.
And at regulation, Swarthmore 1, Ursinus 1.
It'll be 10 minutes. Golden goal, though. If a team scores, that is it. So, at the end of regulation, it's Ursinus 1, Swarthmore 1. We'll be back for the overtime after this. ready for the overtime period in what has been just a thrilling Centennial Conference game between Ursinus and Swarthmore, tied at 1. As we mentioned, we'll go 2 10s, and golden goal will end the game. To show, statistics don't always show everything, but Swarthmore has outshot Ursinus 18-5. But just 5-4 on shots on goal, 7-0 in corners. Ursinus with 9 fouls. Swarthmore with 8. Ursinus has made 4 saves, and Keller for Swarthmore 3. Of course, Mandy Caridio started, played the first half. She's been relieved in the second half and now the overtime by Maddie Knoll. I don't know if there was an injury in that situation. She was being looked at by the trainers. But either way, Ursinus in the black uniforms held off a late surge by the Garnet. There's Mounts with the ball. Urquhart back to Mounts, looking to work that side. You know Urquhart's not going to give up on this play, but the ball a little too far, so it'll be a goal kick. Urquhart puts just relentless pressure. By the way, Abby Chang, who's had such a big game off the bench, is in number 18 for the Garnet. There's Mounts. Chang, person we just talked about, really has shown good one-on-one moves too. Rago, she was fouled that time. Mounts coming in for the foul, so it'll be a free kick for the Bears. Izzy Alaco, who has been just so impressive tonight, will take this free kick. Who had the head balls? Mounts. I don't think they've beaten her in the air tonight. Foul that time as Rago was taken down, so the Bears with a chance. Izzy Alaco, the sophomore from Kenilworth, New Jersey. Will she go all the way on goal or try to hit one of her players? I think she might try to go on goal in this. And she does. You know, I know that went over, but I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't. We talked about the shots and everything, and you just want to start peppering Keller with some shots even. I thought it was a good idea. Obviously, the shot wasn't there. There's Harvey. Couldn't quite control it, but out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. Oh, that time Urquhart was right there. That was the long pass by Veronica Gibbons. How many times tonight have the Garnet been just short on a pass, just a little too much on it or something? I mean, if you're Coach Todd Ankaitis, you have to like the way the Garnet have moved the ball here tonight. There's pull. Again, not challenged very far, and she has Kokenmeister just a little too far. One thing about Kokenmeister, she is an excellent target. She will run, she will find space. Yeah, and that ball went off the Bears, so it'll be Mounts on the throw. Gibbons tried to go back, or excuse me, that was Harris. Tried to go back that time. But it'll be the Bears. That ball kicked out, so again, another throw-in. Pull on the back line. She'll go to Alice or Yanyo Opio. She's looking for Kokenmeister, but again, that's too far. Sometimes because of overtime and you don't have as much time, teams will try to go long ball a little bit. It looks like Swarthmore is trying to do that. Well, the Bears have been great with their short passing game. Gibbons to Mounts. Gibbons called for it, gets it again. Look at how she's moving without the ball and continues to be a target. Cross inside there, but again, just a little too far. And Knoll ready to make the punt. That actually is not a bad punt, right to her teammate. Rago trying to cut inside. But again, Sheave with the play, and here come the Garnet the other way. They're trying to go to Izzy D'Alessandro, number 20 that time, but again, ball a little too far. So Keller with the punt. Has a drop kick. I always like drop kicks more than the regular punts. I think the punts go too high. I think the drop kick, I actually think you can get more distance and you can get more of a line drive to it. I'm a big proponent of the drop kick. There's Sheave. And that ball is off the Bears. Under 3 minutes to go in the first overtime. Chang over across, he scores! It was Kokenmeister with the game-winning goal, her third of the year. And the Garnet have earned a 2-1 overtime victory. Wow. Well, we said if she keeps moving without the ball and everything like that, it'll pay off. And that time, Kokenmeister delivered.
The final from tonight's match, Swarthmore 2, Ursinus 1. Thank you very much for joining us for tonight's Centennial Conference 2.
So the Garnet will improve to 5-3-2 overall. More importantly, 3-2-1 in the Centennial Conference. Ursinus now 2-9-1, 0-6. But Swarthmore, as we mentioned, very much in the running for one of the top 5 spots for the postseason Centennial Conference tournament. Has a big one coming up against Franklin and Marshall on Saturday, but Swarthmore has put itself in a position, in a good position, to challenge for one of those 5 postseason spots. So it all started with a goal by Anwin Urquhart. 31-17 left in the first half. But then Kiera Rago tied it up with 24:05 left in the half. And it stayed at that point until Kokemeister got the game winner. So just an exciting game. We're glad you could be with us here on the Garnet Sports Network. So for everybody associated with tonight's broadcast, that final score once again, Swarthmore 2, Ursinus 1. This is Mark Narducci saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the Garnet Sports Network.